Now, as brilliant as Nikola Jokic has been, you could make an argument Jimmy Butler has been the best player in these playoffs, including in Game 1 last night of the Eastern Conference Finals as Miami came back from 13 down to win Game 1 in Boston. Butler getting it done on both ends. He's the first Miami player ever with 35 points and 6 steals in a playoff game. It was a bizarre fourth quarter in so many different ways, and it sort of begets this question, Michael, that I will ask to you. Was last night a game that the Heat won, or was it a game that the Celtics lost?
You know what? Whenever we start talking about Jimmy Butler, they should start playing John Shaft music. That's what they should do.
Yeah.
Okay?
Can you dig it?
Can you dig it? I mean, Jimmy Butler, how many times? How many times we got to see this? And Jayson Tatum, I don't want to go crazy on him shrinking from the moment and all of that. He had no shots in the fourth quarter and only 13 touches, which is a low for him. But we just got through talking about these same themes on our makeshift set in Boston Garden last June, right?
Yes.
Where Jayson Tatum and Jaylen Brown turn it over. 10 turnovers last night. 10 for the two of them alone. You can't have this. That part has not changed from last year. So why should we expect the result to be very different? Look, that was a 7-game series last year. If Jimmy Butler's shot goes down, Boston's not even in the finals, and their whole forecast is different. So Jimmy Butler, who, by the way, had 8 more shots in that game than Jayson Tatum, who I think was on all of our MVP ballots someplace, right?
Sure.
Come on. Jimmy Butler outperformed him. Almost outperformed everybody in these playoffs except
Tatum finished 4th in MVP voting. Yes, Stephen A.
Let's break this down. First of all, let's understand something. The Miami Heat is a team to be reckoned with. These brothers are no joke, and it's very difficult to imagine them losing in back-to-back Eastern Conference Finals to the same team that is the Boston Celtics. That's number one. Defensive field goal percentages for the Boston Celtics last night. Marcus Smart gave up 61%. Jayson Tatum, 60%. Malcolm Brogdon, 58%. Robert Williams III, 57%. Jaylen Brown, 53%. Did anybody stop anybody on the Miami Heat? I mean, damn. You got to do something defensively because that's what's ultimately going to propel the Boston Celtics to the next level. We didn't see that last night. You're going to have to figure out a way to stop Jimmy Butler. Last year in the conference finals, Jimmy Butler averaged 32 points a game in the 3 wins they had and 20 points a game in the 4 losses that they've had. Clearly, he's a key to neutralizing the Miami Heat. It starts with him, but you got to do better than what we saw 5 guys do for the Boston Celtics last night.
So that's on one end of the floor. Jalen, I want to ask you specifically about the other. I thought Reggie Miller and Stan Van Gundy were going to run out onto the court and pass the ball to Jayson Tatum themselves in the fourth quarter of that game. Michael ran down the numbers. He did not take a shot. What does that tell you, and what do they need to do in Game 2?
The legend Michael Wilbon and I tried to tell Stephen A. that Shaft is a superhero.
Yeah, that's right.
And Jimmy Butler was getting 6 steals, but he also did something that used to be headline. He said that they were going to win Game 1. And we never talked about it being bulletin board material. You know why? Because we believed him. And he took shots by saying, oh, an MVP caliber player. When, in other words, I should be that guy. But here's what you do if you're the Boston Celtics, besides get out-coached. Instead of making Jayson Tatum the screener, make him the ball handler. That's what the change was. So now all of a sudden the ball getting sprayed around to other people on the floor after he sets a screen, and it doesn't find him. That's what's going to change in the next game. He's going to be a primary initiator in those situations.
I totally agree with you, but I will say this. We're making a big deal about him getting 13 touches and not taking any shots. I counted 3 times, 3 turnovers. He was trying to shoot not like he didn't find them. He had the ball in his hands. He wasn't making anything happen. We're not going to sit up there and throw any negative, aspersions in Jayson Tatum's way. Fresh off a dropping 51 in a Game 7. We're not going to do that. But last night, the bottom line is he had opportunities in the fourth quarter, and he was turning the ball over.
That's what happened last year.
He almost looked like Zach Wilson for the Jets, throwing interceptions all over the place.
That's what happened.
I'm sorry, McCready. Sorry.
But better live without that.
That's what happened last year. They turned the ball over. We talked about that night after night.
Right.
And it was Jaylen Brown leading the way, actually, instead of Tatum with the turnovers. So what's changed? That we didn't think that should have been a 7-game series last year, and it was. Because if you give Miami that kind of opportunity, they're going to get as close to cashing in as anybody.
This year they'll win if you do it.
Who does Jimmy Butler?
This year they'll win if you do it.
That's right. Jimmy Butler doesn't even have the dynamic offensive partner that these other players have and these duos we keep talking about, which they have in Boston.
Ding, ding, that's where I was going. Let's drill down on Heat culture. It starts with Pat Riley. It manifests itself through Eric Spoelstra. He's coaching 9 undrafted players, and a couple of those guys yesterday had 15 points in the game.
Yep.
So Jimmy Butler is lifting the tides around him when the Boston Celtics should be the more talented and better basketball team.
And let's just say the name Eric Spoelstra out loud at some point in this conversation,
That's
because
what I did.
there isn't
Both
anyone
times.
that coaches their team any better than that guy does and did last night.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.